How do you come up with pricing for your packages and services? Now, before you go calling the spa down the street to sneakily inquire about their prices, be sure to watch this video so that you can learn a foolproof process for coming up with your profitable pricing and have the confidence to say it out loud. Hi, my name is Melinda Monet, licensed esthetician and founder of the Spa Profit Academy. My goal is to help you make, manage, and multiply your money so that you can book highly profitable services for your spa. In this week's video, I'm teaching you how to look at your hard costs so that you know exactly what it's costing you to deliver the service. Take inventory of all of the value that your package is providing the client and name and claim your package price with absolute confidence. And just a heads up, this video is part 3 of a 3-part series. So if you've not watched part 1 yet, which was all about how to design your packages, or part 2, where we talked about how to position your packages in a way that makes you unique and highlights the true value that you uniquely offer. Be sure to go back and watch those 2 first. So if you're ready to book more highly profitable services, let's get ready to dive in. So pricing is a hot topic in any business, but particularly in the spa industry for those of us that are self-employed. Even if you're in your infancy and just starting out, we all want to get clients. However, there's always this thing about being affordable, or what if I lose clients, or I'm trying to get clients and I'm struggling doing that with my current pricing. So who am I to increase my prices? So ask yourself, what kind of process did you follow when coming up with your pricing? How did you land there? Did you follow any type of formula? One of the things that we talk about in Spa Profit Academy is our profitable pricing pyramid. And in this pyramid, it's a very hybrid approach to identifying the value that you provide that you can't quantify, your expertise in things which you certainly can't quantify. Those are like intangible things that are of high value. But at the baseline of it all, we conduct a cost profit analysis on your services because you want to ensure that you're paying yourself, you're covering your rent and utilities, all of the supplies and things that you're using during your service. And if you look at your service menu, instead of asking yourself, is this affordable, right? Really ask yourself, where are the profit margins here? Is this a high profit, a low profit, a mid profit? And don't get me wrong, it's not to say that if something's low profit, you just have to take it off your menu altogether. However, it does mean that you may need to partner it with a high profit service and leverage that in order for it to hit your sweet spot versus offering it a la carte. Let's walk through a few of the key things that you want to ensure that you calculate. So one being the labor, right? You need to identify the hard labor cost. Another thing is not only the products that you're utilizing, back bar, but your supplies, your disposables, your single-use consumables. This is things like your 4x4, your wax sticks, if you use sanitation supplies. Yes, that all gets counted. Another thing you want to look at is rent utilities. And this is the one that's challenging and that I find that the math don't be mathing when you try to do this one. And rent utilities is a little bit complex, okay? But when you have a plug and play tool that does the math for you, it's far easier. But you want to look at what does it cost, like operational, and then follow a formula where you can break it down and identify what portion of that is towards the actual service. So that one is a little tricky if you don't have a proper mathematical tool to do that for you, but that needs to be included. Then of course there's taxes. Got to pay your taxes. You want to make sure that's covered. For those of you that use laundry and or laundering services, I mean, you are dressing your bed or your table with sheets. Some of you use robes and slippers. So that needs to be included. So as you can see, this is far more comprehensive than I have come to find that people use. And it's a very systematic way of doing it as well. So you want to have one formula, one way of doing it across all services and add-ons. So outside of cost, right, a lot of these things are easier because you know what you paid. You can quantify it. But let's talk about the value add, right? This one's not so easy. This one has nothing to do with math, and when you're thinking about the value that you bring, that goes beyond just your expertise. Think about the things of why you choose one business over another, why you go to one restaurant over another, or hairstylists, and so on and so forth. What are your clients sharing with you as to why they come to you? Even something like the ease of parking, right? That is something that's valuable to people. The space, how beautiful and inviting and warm is the space? Your expertise. Do you use the gold standard in products? Do you have all the newest and latest cutting edge in technology? Also, your touch. Yeah, your touch. Some of you, I had a client earlier today tell me I do a mean scalp massage. And for me, I enjoy that. So I certainly would choose that over someone who maybe doesn't offer it at all. So you really want to take inventory of any pleasantries you offer. Do you have water and snacks? I mean, everything from the booking process. And ask yourself, are these value adds? And you can't quantify them, but you certainly want to take inventory of it. And that needs to be a factor as to where you land ultimately with your pricing. Now, one of the things that I want to touch on in terms of pricing, it has to do with our feelings, our emotions, and ultimately our self-worth. And it's easier said than done. I could totally sit here and say, well, girl, it has nothing to do with that. And it doesn't, but you certainly need to address it. Now, I want you to remember this. Your self-worth cannot be quantified. All right. You can't place a numerical value on your worth, baby. We are priceless. That's your birthright. And it has nothing to do with pricing. But one of the things that I invite you to lean into is, how do you uniquely offer the service? The worth is around the service. The worth and the value of it is how you can articulate it to your client, right? And highlight it to the client. And ultimately, it really lands on, what does the client value? What is she willing to invest in it? So it's less about, trying to sell a product, sell a service. Really, what we're selling here is results. We're selling the solution that she's seeking. We're selling the experience that we offer. We're selling the transformation that we provide. And the more you lean into that, you can gently guide yourself back and really remove all of the internal feelings that you have. So I want you to remember, when you approach these pricing decisions for your business, let it be a data-driven one and not an emotional one. Because we all know, myself included, that sometimes our inner me can truly become our enemy. So we spoke about, your hard cost. And then we spoke about the things that you can't quantify, all of those value adds. And you might be asking yourself, that's good, but how do I bring this all together to land on a price? There is no black and white answer to that. I know, I'm sorry. You probably watched this video through the end. You might have watched a 3-part series and you have this unanswered question, and it's not that black and white. However, what I can tell you is this. Once you know your cost and you've covered it all in the fashion that we spoke about, you've taken inventory of your value. Of course, check your marketplace, because you don't want to outprice yourself, but you certainly don't want to underprice yourself. I will say, part of the confidence will come from you doing the math, because once you see those numbers, you don't feel bad about charging what you charge, because you know that it's simply required in order for you to have a sustainable business. Also, when you take inventory of all the value you add, that is going to lend to your confidence. Trust me. Trust the process. The process will lend to your confidence. However, you're not going to feel confident about it every single day with every single client, and that is okay. Take ownership of that right now. It is just not going to happen. However, you may have to have a pep talk with yourself. The process is going to lead you down a path of having more confidence so you can speak it with confidence. Because despite strategy, and you can follow all these steps as soon as today, but I promise you, if you don't own it and you don't speak it with confidence, it really can fall flat. So you've been listening to me long enough. Let's cover everything that we talked through today. How to look at your hard costs so that you know exactly what it's costing you to deliver the service. Take inventory of all of the value that your package is providing the client, and name and claim your package price with absolute confidence. If you've yet to grab your complimentary copy of the Spa Owner's Rapid Revenue Planner, I invite you to do so today. But earlier when we spoke about the confidence and the mindset and doing the work, so in this planner, there is also a journal, and we have thought prompts in there that will certainly lend to some of those feelings that come up internally and helping you to identify as well as work through it. And the secondary part is utilizing your revenue boosters. This will begin developing a habit that can lend to your confidence by identifying additional solutions with every client that comes in and creating the habit of mapping out how you want to approach it with each of your clients. Now, granted, it might currently be with your current pricing, but it will at least put you on the path of feeling comfortable, confident, and developing consistency in approaching each and every client with solutions and not censoring yourself due to any kind of mindset roadblocks that come up around pricing and making offers to clients. All right, my lovelies. So Melinda Monet signing off. If you found today's video to be helpful, definitely like, subscribe, all of that jazz. Let me know if you picked up what I'm throwing down. And until next time, have an amazingly abundant day. Bye, love.